Hi guys, and today I'm playing Chaos Rings 3 on my Vita. So this is a Square Enix RPG. It was only released in Japan on the Vita, but thanks to my hacked Vita and some very talented people, I'm actually playing it now with a translation patch, so I'm actually playing it in English. I played this a long time ago, probably about 2 years, 3 years ago, and I played it the Japanese version, just giving it a go. And I liked I liked it in terms of the battle system. The graphics are amazing actually for the Vita, as you know you'll probably see on the screen. But I couldn't obviously understand what was going on in the story, and so that was obviously a problem. So I played for probably about an hour, 2 hours, got a good feel for the game and the gameplay, but I decided to stop just because I couldn't really enjoy it properly. But now, thanks to having this patch, I can actually play through from the beginning and actually enjoy it. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a video, just kind of showing you guys what it's like, how it plays, and just so you have that. And then if you are thinking about grabbing it, it is available on PlayAsia, and I can put a link for that in the description as well. So this is very much a turn-based RPG. You can see from the battle menu that you've got the usual kind of battle, and then you can escape, or you can do an attack, or Gene is basically magic, item guard. So very kind of similar RPG, sort of turn-based RPG mechanics you would find in lots of sort of old-school RPGs. This does have a few extra kind of differences in terms of the two-player options to kind of combine their attacks. But you know, I'll try and get us to that point in the game so you can take a look at that as well. As I said, I think the graphics of this game are absolutely beautiful. And, you know, even though I've only played for a little while, the music as well, I was really impressed with. This is only the intro part of the game. It's kind of, you start out as this old man on a ship, and later on it kind of changes in terms of who the protagonist is and who you're playing as. I obviously couldn't understand what was happening before, so this time around, hopefully I'll be able to figure out the story, which is great. I actually, I'm not sure if you guys have played it, but this is obviously Chaos Rings 3, so it's the third one in the series. Chaos Rings 1, 2, and Omega came out before this game, and they came out to iPhone or mobile first. I did play Chaos Rings 1 and 2, which I really enjoyed. They were pretty expensive for mobile games, at the time especially, but I did actually enjoy them, and they were pretty long, beefy RPGs. I didn't get a chance to play Omega, but 1 and 2 were decent games. I can't remember the story though now, how it may relate to this one, given it was so long ago. You can, if you buy the game from PlayAsia, you get the trilogy version. So on the disc itself, on the cart, sorry, you've got just Chaos Rings 3. But if you have a Japanese PSN account, you can connect to the PSN store and download 1, 2, and Omega for free. And they have an English patch, so you can play all of them in English if you have a hacked Vita, or at least if you have a Japanese PSN account, you can get the English versions of 1, 2, and Omega as well. And they'll come for free when you've got the trilogy cart. Now guys, from memory from when I played this, there's a very long section now, a good kind of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, where it introduces the main protagonist. So rather than have you guys sit here and watch it, I'm going to fast forward a bit on the video so that you can just check out some action and I can fill you in on the story. Okay, so I just skipped over probably a good half an hour of intro and scene setting. So this is the main character in the game. I've called him 2O for G. I couldn't fit the whole too old for gaming because there was not enough letter space. And so just to give you guys some background to the story, he lives on a floating island surrounding the planet called Blue Marble. And he's always dreamed about going to Blue Marble and becoming an adventurer and following in his father's footsteps, who was also an adventurer who died years earlier. So he wants to become an adventurer, and so he travels to a city called New Paleo, which seems to be the capital of all these kind of a group of floating islands, so that he could train to become an adventurer. And this is their first trial with his two new friends, Daisuke and Leary. So actually, pretty interesting story so far. It's a nice setup, a little bit long in terms of actually getting to the point, but no, so far good. It's actually really impressive in terms of the world building as well. You know, obviously I skipped over a little bit, but it's the kind of the world having like hundreds of floating islands surrounding this planet called Blue Marble. Pretty cool kind of setup and planet. And so one of the reasons that this character wants to go here is he's had visions from a goddess, or it seems like a goddess, who's telling him that he's the chosen one. He needs to find paradise on the Blue Marble. So yeah, very interesting setup. And this is him right now with his two friends doing a trial to eventually become an explorer. The aim of this trial is they need to find 3 gifts. So he needs to travel through this area, defeat monsters, and find these 3 gifts in order to complete this trial. I remember when I played this the first time, I think I didn't actually know what I was doing or why I was there, so this is much better now that I actually know what's supposed to be happening. I don't know what these little star gifts are for. I'm sure they'll tell me. There we go. Item sheet slots fill up as you collect special items and genes in dungeons and battle mode. These sheets fill in the form of from the first empty slot, and when all the slots are full, you'll be rewarded with a powerful gene. Okay. You'll also get random item or gene from every completed item sheet. Okay, cool. This game does have random battles, so far they haven't been too frequent. You know, sometimes in RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs, you go into random battles and it just seems to happen on and on. It hasn't been too frequent in this one, so that's a good thing, but let's see how the game goes. Liking the music as well. The music is really good for this game. It's a real shame that it didn't come to Vita in the West. It just doesn't make sense to me, you know? They had the game on the Vita, they had the game in English on iOS, and clearly, you know, very talented people were able to develop this game. Update the game with the translation patch. I just don't get why Square Enix couldn't have done that themselves. It just seems like such a shame. Like, this game, people would have wanted it. It would have sold in the West. I just don't get those decisions sometimes. There's another Square Enix game. I've talked about it before, but Dragon Quest Heroes 2, really good game, absolutely brilliant. I'll do a video on that one day as well. But that again, it's such a great game. I just don't understand why it was only released in Japan, especially when they had the translation because it came out on PS4. But I don't know. It's Square Enix has supported the Vita fairly well in the West, but could have been better. We could have had this. We could have had Dragon Quest Heroes 2. We could have had I Am Setsuna as well, which all came out in Japan and had English versions in the West. But you know, they didn't bring those English versions to Vita. I like the weapons these guys have as well. This kind of big arm and sword and this kind of floating ring thing. It's kind of cool weapons as well. One thing I feel that's missing is a speed up button or something. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be like a button to just kind of speed up the movement. You know, when you're running from place to place, some of the more modern, recent Square Enix games have had these speed up buttons where you can just kind of walk a bit faster and everything. So it feels a little slow when you're walking from place to place and you don't have that. But other than that, I'm liking the game. Story seems intriguing. The world is very interesting. Graphics are awesome. Music is really good. It's I don't know. So far, based on just this kind of little bit of playtime, I'm liking it. So I'm going to keep playing, guys, and eventually I'd like to do a full review. I assume it's a very long game, given it's a JRPG, but I'll try and do a review eventually. But oh, actually, let's finish this boss fight that's just come up. Cool. I was just about to end the video, but actually, let's watch this boss fight with this giant crab. So let's use a few. Okay, so this character still, my main character hasn't learnt any genes yet, but let's use these guys' genes. And genes, like I said, are basically magic powers. Yeah, that was actually pretty easy. It wasn't too difficult. Great, well guys, look, that is Chaos Rings 3. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you've played this game and what you think about it. And as always, thank you for watching.